You talk about the games that are kind of winnable and the games that are shocks and surprises, but for Kellen Moore, his first foray as a head coach, which games will show what he's made of?
I mean, the ones that are early in the season, I think are going to matter a lot because you're trying to get player buy-in and everything,
Yeah,
and you don't have to win the games. You don't. I think everyone's probably pretty logical. If a lot depends on quarterback, a lot depends on. I think all those guys know. But if you're going in there and it makes sense, and you have a plan, and people are bought in, and it
yeah,
makes sense, and they feel like you're giving them a chance to win, and they feel prepared, even if the result isn't there, it can be there. Remember Dan Campbell's first season with the
yeah,
Lions; they weren't a very good football team, but they felt like they had a chance every week. They were in games, they were prepared. They just didn't have enough talent. You can do that. It can be that, but you got to just make sure that you're putting the players in the best position. And I think if you're handling that early in the season, that helps a little bit later on. As far as what he's made of, I mean, it's a funny schedule. It's a funny schedule because I think there's really only two games on here where it feels like it's like a major title fight,
yeah.
and it's the Rams and the Bills. I think those are the two games where you're kind of in a measuring stick type of game. There isn't a great and powerful defense on here. The 49ers, if they get healthy, they could be a juggernaut again pretty quick. So maybe them. So there's maybe three games on here where I'm like, man, that's a huge measuring stick for him. Looking at it right now, things change during the season, but I'm not looking at the Jets. I'm not looking at the Giants. I'm not looking at the Pats. I'm not looking at Miami's not what they were. I'm not looking at Seattle like that. I mean, there just aren't a lot of those games on the schedule.
No, for sure. And I agree. And also to add on to that list, I think those divisional games have to be on there. And two of them in particular, the first game against Tampa Bay and then the first game against the Falcons, because I mean, as we saw at the end of the what was that 2023 season when they went rogue and hit the goal line play with just not Justin Williams, I'm sorry, with Jamal Williams and Jameis Winston, and then at the end of that game, just the interaction between Dennis Allen and Arthur Smith, that kind of showed me something about DA where I was like, yo, you got to stand with your guys, even if you go take them in the locker room and go off on them on the field, you have to stand with them.